Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch. Okay. 15K. I don't know why my face cam wasn't turning and all that other sort of stuff, but anyways. So, I want to talk about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and my re-experience with it. And you're probably wondering why I'm even making a re-experience video on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I'm going to explain that, but give me a second. So I can share the stream on Discord and, do the usual stuff. Okay, so here we are talking about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Let me see if they got the... Yeah, they got it. Okay, they got the intro of this. Okay, cool. So, obviously I'm not going to play the entire intro of Ultimate because it's copyright. World of Light is copyrighted material. Bright, how you doing? Hi. I wanted to just sit here and talk about what the heck happened earlier today when I made that coming back to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate live stream. So I'm going to explain everything and how that situation happened in the first place. So, starting with what happened to Ultimate in the first place. So, basically, I remember, like, when I played Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, obviously, I love its music. I love the roster. I love the characters. I love all the homages Ultimate and Smash Brothers make. So don't come over here saying, oh, I hate all this stuff, when I don't. Okay, I've been a fan of Smash Brothers since the fucking beginning, since all the way back on N64. Matter of fact, I 100%ed Smash 64 on stream. So go check that out. You know, all on stream one day. Just because I love Smash 64 that much, or Smash Brothers that much. So go check that out. And you tell me if, I don't love the series or not. But anyways. So, throat's kind of fucked up because of what happened earlier too. So, the reason why Ultimate went the first time is because I can't stand people online. Like, and yeah, you might be wondering, Alex, are you serious? Online is the reason why you broke it in the first place? Yes. Because a lot of people in the Smash community, right, are fucking disrespectful sweats, man. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that. It feels like to me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm a filthy casual that will never understand Smash Brothers or whatever, right? Obviously, I am a casual, but at the same time, I became more than that when this game was coming around. I started taking it way more seriously. Knowing what spikes are, watching Smash YouTubers, whatever. I did the works. I did all that stuff, right? Or whatever, to become just a better Smash player. I decided to take the game more seriously. I decided to dedicate a lot of hours to it, especially since it was my first Switch game, my only Switch game, so I spent a lot of time on it. And as I said just earlier, it's people online that kind of ruin Smash Brothers for me because of just how toxic, how disrespectful, how shitty some of these people actually are, and kind of ruin the fun of Smash Brothers for me. And obviously, I remember Chris was saying, I'm getting on, hold on, and, I kind of snapped, right? And I broke it, and I said, I'm never going to touch this game again, because fuck this game. I've already played this game. I've already 100%ed World of Light. I've collected and bought all the characters, as DLC included. I unlocked all the characters, 100%ed World of Light. Literally all this game's usefulness to me now is literally just either play online with friends or just maybe listen to the freaking rows of music they have in the music library thing or whatever, right? That's literally all I can do left. And after I broke it the first time, I said, you know what, just screw it. All that stuff and whatever. Those are things I probably could have done, but you get my point, right? I broke it, and I wasn't really thinking about it at all. The only person that was really thinking of me coming back to Ultimate was Ronnie. And obviously, in between this time, there was a few people who asked, yo, why aren't you playing Ultimate? And I gave them a reason. And the reason is, I can't handle the pressure no more, man. I can't handle, the pressure from other people when they apply that shit on me and pressure me and stagger me out of shield or their moves, or they're so fast on the fucking screen. I can't even see any of that sometimes, right? And keep in mind, I'm horrible when I'm in stressful situations. So, of course, when I'm in a stressful situation, even in a video game, of course, I'm going to resort to panicking or making the wrong plays or making the wrong moves and all that other sort of shit. You know? And obviously, that's why I broke it. And I thought eons later, after everything, I thought something could change about that. So, me and Louie and Ronnie, we were sitting up last night. We were talking. I really wanted a game, because I'm like, of course, I love brand new video games. You guys know me. I play video games for videos. I play video games for review videos and all that other sort of stuff, kind of like this, right? And by me doing those video game reviews, and stuff, that's why I love playing video games. I love the idea of playing them. I have a stupid amount of time with them, all that other sort of stuff, right? So, me thinking, maybe I should give Ultimate another try, because I feel like it was my first Nintendo Switch game I ever owned. Ronnie really wanted to play with me. Ronnie was urging me to come back and play. He was like the only person that was really trying to telling me to come back and play. The fuck? After I explained everything, right? And you know what? I went to Walmart. We had a rock, paper, scissors deal where whoever, got to choose, like, whatever won. Like, Ronnie, if he chose, he gets to choose for me. If I win, I get to choose for my fucking self. I get to choose what I want. And we rock, paper, scissors over the mic, over PlayStation last night, and I chose paper, or I chose paper, he chose rock. Well, we both got scissors on the first try, and then the second try, I got paper, he got rock. And I got to choose, and I said, Louie, send me the money tomorrow so I can go down to Walmart and go buy me a game. Now, when I was in the game aisle, this is up to date now, by the way, there was a lot I could have chose from. There was Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, there was Super Mario RPG, there was Donkey Kong Country Returns. I don't remember if I saw I think I saw Mario Party Jamboree, but there was no, like, Mario Maker 2. There was Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. Fuck that game, by the way. But I saw that again, and it just really almost got some urges out of me to fucking beat fucking throw that shit across the room, but it's behind a case glass, so I couldn't do that. So, but yeah, I was thinking mainly it was like between Brothership or Ultimate. And I was thinking, like, Brothership I could, give a second look at, because you guys know I didn't really make my re-experience with, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, or not Ultimate, Brothership. Maybe, who knows, maybe a brother can change. And that's, you guys know me, I like to change. I change with time. Every day, people change. We grow and change as people every single day due to what happens in our lives, right? So I was thinking, you know what? I have been playing a lot of games, been giving a lot of games second looks, and maybe Ultimate can get a second look. Maybe I could handle the pressure, maybe I could handle the stress and all that other sort of stuff, right? Maybe I can go ahead. So I bought Ultimate, and also it was the cheaper one out of everything, because they had games for $30 there. They had games for $50, $60, obviously. The $60 ones, obviously. But Ultimate was like one of the ones that was like $54. Everything else was like $60, and there was only some $30s. But the games that were $30 were not Nintendo, from the main Nintendo team, or it wasn't like a Mario Party or anything. Like, it wasn't a Mario spinoff or a Mario joint or a Donkey Kong joint or whatever. It was like side games like Ladybug or whatever the fuck. So I decided to pick up Ultimate, not really thinking on my decision and going back for Brothership, because I was just kind of excited to get back into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and play the game. I was kind of excited because I haven't played Ultimate in more than a few months. I haven't played. I haven't bothered to play. I haven't thought about the game. I just let it die in my mind. And Lord and behold, what the hell happened next will not shock you, because holy shit. Okay, so when I got home, I ate some good food. I, woke Louie up, made sure he was all right, and all that other sort of stuff. And after I ate, and after doing a few other things like giving Louis some extra the money, after giving, paying for Smash, thanks to him, I was able to get it again. But also, other stuff happened. But anyway, so we're gonna skip all those small details, and I got back onto Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and this is where I'm gonna start like commentating on my gameplay video I made like 7 hours ago. So in the beginning here, I was talking about how it's been a long time. Online. So anybody wishes to scrap without. Yeah, and basically the beginning part was, yo, does anyone want to play? And I remember the first portion of this stream. By the way, Eclipse, welcome to stream. My bad for not saying nothing. The first bit of the stream, like, nobody showed up, and it was kind of sad a little bit. So I was surprised because I was like, oh, I thought Ronnie would come in immediately saying, oh, you got the game. Bet. I'm going to scrap with you because that's what he wanted to do. So I was just kind of waiting on him. Or just waiting on him or somebody else that wanted to scrap, because I do have viewers that have Ultimate, that have Switches, and that have fought me before, right? So in this fight, I was kind of fucking around with Sephiroth a little bit, put him on level 8 difficulty just to kind of warm myself up. I barely won that match, by the way. Mario and Jigglypuff, I did another one, barely won that. And I think after that, it was actually really close. I created my first Smash Brothers lobby. And, I love Punch-Out, by the way. I still want Punch-Out Wii again. I created a lobby. This guy named Todoroki came in, a Bayonetta player, which I remember I was very afraid of this Bayonetta player, because Bayonetta players, you guys know Bayonetta players, if they can get you in a combo, you're fucked. And if this was Smash 4, you're dead at 5-10%. So keep that in mind. That's why I'm afraid of Bayonetta. And as this, as Little Mac. Oh, and this was the first match after the Bayonetta match. This was the first person I immediately knew this stream was going to end badly, because this guy just kept on being an asshole, Glow, like while I was fighting him, and I didn't really get bugged by it at first. But, like, the whole match, you guys can watch it in the video over here. Coming back to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was a mistake. If y'all can watch this video, but basically, the Ganondorf was basically trying to grab me the whole time and do combos, right? But, like, and set up for combos. And I'm like, this is the first time I'm back on the game, and I'm already dealing with somebody that just wants to do nothing but spam grab, Ganondorf punch, and all that bad shit, basically. Basically just be an absolute asshole, right? Again, I didn't let it bother me, even though he won. And then I watched a few others play. It's like a mixture. Alan, my brother, hello. Hey, how you doing? I remember watching this DDD, these guys just kept going off and shit, and then having their matches. And when I fought the Bayonetta, this was another instance of me not really liking it, because this Bayonetta just came in and washed the fuck out of me. Like, let me actually get it going, right? I think it's this match. No, I like iDubbbz. I'm skipping too far ahead. Literally, this Bayonetta just was kind of an asshole. Like, another example of this Bayonetta being an asshole. And this is where I kind of started to notice, like, how I play now in comparison to how I played Ultimate then, right? Because I played Ultimate so differently than I did today, and it hurts. And I couldn't even move for most of that match, too. And this was the second person that kind of treated me like, like that. Kind of like, oh, guess what? You're combo food for me and stuff. And then, other people came in. I think I started quitting. This Shinobi guy was the third person to just kind of be an asshole and just keep on spamming shit. Like, every 2-3 moves, he already had new moves dished out, and I'm sitting there trying to fight it, and it's, like, not working. It's so annoyingly bad. And also, Ronnie did come in as well. And I think me and Ronnie's matches were okay. I was kind of pissed off at most of the matches I played after, like, Shinobi and a lot of other people, because I started to feel like completely different than how I was when like I said, when I first played this game, when I first gave a fuck about this game. Because, when I broke it and took a long ass break, people might be saying, like, oh, Alan, it's just rust. You can rust it off. You can, um, you can sit there and let it go and shit or whatever. I don't fucking know. And I'm sitting there like, nah, man. I had people constantly disrespecting me my entire stream. I felt like my own character's movements were off. Almost everyone I played, I think except Chris, I felt like were tryharding. On top of all of that, I was slowly becoming more and more toxic as I continued playing like with those guys and shit. And I started not liking like most of the roster and how they felt to me. Most of the roster just felt like kind of icky and yucky to really play. And I even say it in my stream that like I don't really enjoy playing Ken Masters that much anymore, like after, and you might be saying, well, Alan, it's only because you lost, right? And it's like, no, it's not because I lost. I genuinely feel very different about this game than I did before. I don't, it's like something in me as I was playing just was like, I do not care about this as much anymore. And Lord and behold, that makes sense because of everything that's happened to me, it not only in the stream, but like the fact I took that long of a hiatus from it and was living my life, playing different games, just forgetting Smash Ultimate in its entirety and like all my memories with it and just saying, adios, you were here and I do not care enough about you to really like, kind of perform better. I don't care about you enough anymore to do things with or play with people with or whatever. You're just sitting in my shelf, 9 times out of 10. And the only person that kind of kept it alive for me in my last moments of Ultimate, before I gave it away this time, was Rene YT. And maybe a few streams here and there, He was the only person that kind of kept it alive, but, it wouldn't last. And after me realizing, though, anyway, my bad for going on a little tangent, but after realizing, like, I don't care about this game, I don't like how a lot of these characters play. Also, not only that, but I felt like I was getting blitzed by every single person I played. And almost every single person I played, I felt like were fucking tryharding me. Like, ridiculously sweaty. Like, sweat material, bro. Like, I'm talking, especially that Shinobi guy. He was sweating, dude. Sweating just to fight me and kick my ass and get a quick match in. I'm like, this is disgusting with the Smash community. I'm sorry, but as somebody who loves Super Smash Brothers, I am not dealing with this. I'm sorry. I deal with shit like from other games already enough as it is. You know what I mean? I've been through my fucking, you guys know it. I've been through so much shit. And it's like, just to add one more game to stress me out to the pile when I already have Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, I still haven't finished yet by the time of this recording, or going back to Julie B, I think it's Jolly B or Julie B, whatever that game is. Like, I have that game to go play next, or in between that, or whatever, or like, freaking, I got like so much other shit on my plate that I could be playing right now, and it's like Ultimate just kind of reminded me of why some games that I try and give a second chance just doesn't work out. I feel like Ultimate was like that reality check where it's like, hey Alan, just because you decide to pick it up again doesn't mean, you're going to enjoy it as much as the first time you played it or that long ass time ago you played it. And it kind of kickstarts back to my original reason why I stopped playing the game in the first place as well. It's like, I can't handle all this shit. If I feel like everyone's tryharding around me, there's a problem. There's a massive problem. And it's obviously probably me that is the problem, And again, obviously, it was my first game. Dude, that was the quickest game I sent back. I only had that game for not even an hour. Like, literally, actually, I only had that game for nearly 2 hours, and I sent it back. I'm not even joking. But anyways, let me continue the story, right? So, after that stream of people, kind of dunking on me and shitting on me most of the stream, I said, you know what? Like, after, like, I think I had one more match with Chris, and that was it. I think it was Cloud versus Bowser. I could be wrong. Oh, no, that's exactly right. After that match, that's when it clicked in me that I should not be on this game anymore. You know, Ronnie, you can play this game all you can. I do not give a fuck. I'm not coming back for real this time. I'm sorry, dude. I can't handle, like, everyone speed blitzing me, and they're, like, some of the slowest characters on the fucking map, and it feels like I'm barely being able to catch up or keep up with the goddamn times, man. It's awful. For me, that stream was awful. I don't like doing that shit. I really don't like doing that shit. I like games that I can take at my own pace, handle at my own pace, and deal with at my own pace. You know, and 90% of that Smash Brothers stream, I was fighting off of their pace and their shit. It wasn't like trade-offs. I mean, other than like maybe LLT, that viewer, and maybe Rene, where the pacing for the match felt way more balanced, everybody else in that stream, the pacing was like 90% theirs, and maybe like 95 or 90% theirs, and like 5 to maybe 10% mine that entire fucking stream. And that's why I was like, dude. And plus, seeing me just that angry at Ultimate already just shows me, like, bad signs in the future of if I continued playing this stupid shit. Even with Chris, man, I feel like I was just, like, not it, you know? I'd rather just be getting mad at my own fuck-ups than be mad at somebody else, like, 5,000 miles from me, you know what I mean? Or something like that. I don't want to do that anymore, man. And plus, it's already fucking hot outside. You know, it's hot. It's whatever. And I just don't want to do that shit anymore, man. I can't do that. I would much rather just sit there playing Mario Maker 2. And I'm going to be so real. I would rather be playing Mario Maker 2 than Smash Brothers Ultimate right now. I'm going to be so fucking real. I'd rather be sitting there. You know what? I would rather be sitting there watching YouTube videos on my Nintendo Switch, or watching movies with Nick, or even just being in a party with Nick and Snipe. It'd be 1,000 times more enjoyable than me playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, even with my bestest of homies in today's world, because all it does is just give me unwanted stress. And you know what's fucked up? I'm just getting over, you know, a serious thing I had going on, like, for more than the last month, I'd say. And I'm trying my best to get over that. And it's like, now that I'm trying to get over that, it's like something else is going to take its place and irk me just as much. No, fuck that shit. And that's why I took Ultimate the same day, right after that stream. I took it all the way back to the store, Zia Records, to trade in, because, you know, by the way, fun fact, whenever you buy something from Walmart and you try to give it back, if you open the sealing or the packaging of that said game, you cannot give it back to Walmart. Just saying. I think it's gay. I don't care. Whatever. Which is why I didn't waste my time walking down there. And that's why I always go to Zia, because Zia would willingly take my trades. Right? So, Zia Records, I went over there. I was in there, or I walked all the way over. I was kind of talking to myself a little bit about Ultimate and about how, I'm sorry, dude, but that's the last match you're getting from me. That's the last. This right here, not my experience, but that stream right there is the last gameplay you're going to ever see me do of Smash Brothers Ultimate. If I play Brawl, Melee, 64, fine. I don't know about the new one, but I'm just going to say this, games underneath, I will gladly play for the channel, because it's me fighting some fucking comms. But outside of that, I don't give a fuck. Don't fucking ask me to play Ultimate anymore, okay? I don't want to be asked. I don't want to feel... Would you rather have a tea party or play Smash? I would rather have a tea party, to be honest. You know, sit there having actual tea, just with the homies, just chilling. I'd rather that, because at least it would calm my fucking nerves. But yeah, so I went over there, I traded it, dude up front was confused. He was like, are you returning this to us? Because we've seen you give away Ultimate before. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not trading in, Um, fuck, I traded in. They were like confused, and I was like, nah, I'm just trying to trade. And they're like, okay, man, we'll take this from you. So just shop around the store. We'll let you know when your trade's done, right? So I was looking around the entire store, trying to make up for it because that was some of like not some of Louis' like last bit of cash or anything. Like he's gonna be fired next week or something. But I really felt bad for Louis because he just gave me that and he just got me Ultimate, and it's like I'm already giving it back like only 2 hours later, right? Or nearly 2 hours later, right? So I decided to go to Zia Records not only to trade a game for myself. I said screw myself. I don't give a fuck about myself, right? I don't like Ultimate. I don't care. I got a lot of other things I could probably be playing. Whatever. Who cares? Not a big loss. So I go over there and I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and go find something for Louis. Because Ultimate is gone. Not playing it again. For real this time I'm not playing it again. So don't ask. Okay. But I decided to look around the store to find something for my bro. And I was struggling at first. But then something, has caught my eye. Right? I remembered that Super Dragon Ball, right? Super Dragon Ball Heroes for the Nintendo Switch. I remember this game was just sitting there for weeks. For weeks and weeks and weeks. On end, it was sitting there. And I was like, you know what? Let me waste most of... Well, no, with Mario Party, I at least finished Mario Party. So I pretty much did one game of Mario Party in that Mario Party video. But anyway, so I got my brother's Super Dragon Ball Heroes. It does not come with a case, so I have to find like a case for 3 games and stuff. It's kind of weird, but I gotta do it. And basically, I was sitting there like, hell yeah. And I went over to the register. I bought Super Dragon Ball Heroes using my points. I came back home. Louis was having so much fun with the new Bleach. A game I really do not care about either. Fun fact, I just do not care for anime battle arena games or whatever that much. All that much. I don't really care. So if you're asking for more playthroughs, then probably just one. I probably won't even provide that. So, just saying, there's other Bleach channels that will guarantee you a fucking playthrough. And who knows, if I'm bored enough, I'll probably give y'all that Bleach Rebirth of Souls playthrough, just to be completely real. Anyways, so I got my brother this, he was playing that, and I was like, here you go, bro, I feel really bad, I'm sorry, it's kind of like an apology thing, but, I just wanted to give him Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and after that, I spent a few hours trying to relax, trying to ease up, trying to chill, trying to calm down after everything that has happened to me in the past 2 to 3 hours, Oh, another thing is, on my way back from Zia Records, I sort of got lost, so that was fun for a little bit, not for super long or anything, but I did get lost because I went the wrong way a little bit, like wrong street. So that was fun. But other than that, I made it back home, the whole thing I mentioned to you guys happened, and I'm sitting in my bed just wondering to myself, yeah, Louis, He turned around, looked at me, and I said, you know what, maybe no more fighting games like that, man. I think I just told Louis just straight up, I think I'm done. I think I'm done playing Ultimate. If it's not a platformer or something that I have like a real interest in, like it's not something I'm trying out for the first time or something, like if I have a crazy interest in it or I'm super into it already and I want to get more from that said franchise, yeah, probably just do not get it for me, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like Punch-Out Wii, I'll take that, after playing Super Punch-Out so many times, but you get my point. right? And Louis said, yeah, I can agree with that, you know. So that's why I'm like, yeah, no more like games like Ultimate, all right? You know, who knows? Maybe Mario Maker 2 might come back. But that's my re-experience with Ultimate. It pretty much boiled down to the same shit happened. You know, the same shit. The reason why I quit the first time is the same reason why I'm quitting again. It's because of everything I listed in this video. And I know there's a lot of you guys out there that probably wanted me to do whole videos or whole series. There are playlists of my Ultimate streams. There's some shorts of Ultimate I have on the page. If you want more Ultimate content from me, I just will not be making any more from this point forward. After this My Experience video, I'm fucking done. I'm not coming back and playing it, and I wanted to explain that to you guys in this re-experience of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate video, because I felt like I need to explain this to those that didn't get to play against me on stream. I'm sorry. You probably won't ever play against me again. That's just the reality. Unless... Unless, like, fuck it, I don't even know. You know, I can't even name the scenario. Here's one of the most freakiest things you've said as a plush character. Oh, yeah, the bathwater shit. Yeah, Jack is fucking weird. He's into all sorts of weird shit. Should probably make more of those, though. I feel like those are pretty funny. And I would, you know what's funny? I even said this. I would rather be dealing with Wii Sports is fucking Target shit. You know, that platinum medal, that target where I'm sitting there hitting the ball on the target, hitting a fucking wall or the target, you know? A little target. You think of wall ball, think of that, but like with the tennis racket. I would rather be dealing with that shit than go through what Ultimate put me through again, or like, you know, other things. And I'm not trying to say Ultimate's a bad game. It is a phenomenal game, but it's long past due for me. It's done. Like, my love for it is gone. I don't care for it as much anymore. Just the game in general. Not the series in general, but just the game in general. Like, I just don't care. I don't like it. I don't like it nearly as much. I'm done. Oh, and by the way, my voice is fucked. All thanks to that piece of shit stream I did earlier. But thank you, stream, for that, by the way. Now I gotta, like, really relax on my fucking vocals because you decided to be a piece of shit. But... anyways, I digress, man. And I know people are probably going to have comments at me or comments towards me, or maybe Ronnie's going to be like, dude, this and that. But you got to understand from my perspective here, all right, people, about what I do in my everyday life. And I don't like stress. I don't like any of that shit. So me feeling that whenever I go through something, I just want it to end as quick as possible. And obviously, since I don't break shit anymore, you know, or I don't break shit a lot... excuse me, hole number 2 over there. Unless you really, really push me. But I digress, you know? Like, fuck. Anyways, that's it. I just wanted to say that. I'm not expecting you guys to agree with me. You guys can love what you guys like, but just understand from my perspective and why I tried Ultimate. I tried to give it another chance. I gave it a shot, and it just didn't resonate with me, and I'm sad about that because, you know, there could have been so much more shit, you know. But anyways, guys, like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share the video with your friends. God bless you all. You guys all have a phenomenal day. Also, one more thing. In my Wii Sports videos, there's a lot of people like overreacting and talking about me breaking my Wiimotes. Keep that in mind. That was over 10 months ago, and I'm just now uploading it in Rage Comp form. So, just keep that in mind. Most of the Rage Comps are from eons ago, or sometimes they're pretty recent. Like, I'm going to go back to my Donkey Kong Country videos and grab some of those, or whatever the fuck. But anyways, I digress. I'll see you guys later again. Peace. And this doesn't mean you guys can't suggest me games anymore. It's just... yeah, probably only suggest me games I could probably emulate.